Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to A Conversation with the Mutts. I'm Mutt,
And I'm Mrs. Mutt.
and tonight we are going to discuss roadside attractions and the history of them, as well as list a few. Roadside attractions actually started in the early 1920s because a lot of people had a fascination with the Art Deco of the time, and advertisers took notice of that and started building roadside attractions to draw tourists and potential customers to their businesses. Now, the oldest roadside attraction, which is still in existence, it was the first one ever built, and it still exists, is known as Lucy the Elephant. She was built in 1881 and is the landmark for a housing development by a Mr. Lafferty. I don't have her measurements, but I have seen pictures, and she is rather large.
She's not pink and wearing glasses, is she?
No. This is just outside of Atlantic City. So I think the one you're talking about is what in
Wisconsin or
Beloit?
Illinois, but I just didn't know. No, she's not in Beloit, but I just didn't know if the one I came across was a replica.
Hey, what's up, Menacing McGregor? How you doing, buddy? No, it's not her. This is actually in Atlantic, just outside of Atlantic City, in a place called Margate. And again, she was built in 1881 and still stands. I just, have found some of them, these landmarks to be rather interesting. Again, they were started
Thank you, McGregor.
as a means to advertise, and they have just sort of become their own entities, if you will.
Yeah, they are taking on a life of their own, whether the business that they were supposed to draw people to is still in business or not.
Exactly. Like the world's largest ball of twine, and
right.
There are the 10. Actually, let me see if I still have it. Yep, I do. The 10 largest roadside attractions are Pistachio Land. Not a fan of pistachios, but it is the world's largest pistachio farm. Then there's Cuckoo Clock Land, which houses the world's largest collection of cuckoo clocks.
That has to drive people nuts when they all go off
I hope they're all set for the same time, as opposed to being set for different times. That would drive me insane.
Endless cuckoo clocks. Endless cuckoos. Woo.
Yeah. The world's largest ball of twine, which is what I was mentioning earlier, is still in existence. The world's largest.
Is it still the same largest ball of twine, or is it?
Yeah, no, it's
changed?
the same one. It's the same one. They've added to it, actually. I did not get to the last time it was added to, but it has been added to since
its inception.
Its inception, yes. Then there's the world's largest mailbox. Following that is the Ringling Brothers Art Museum. Now, that would be something I would absolutely love to go see.
Did you see where that one's at by chance?
I did not.
Okay.
I need to look that up. I just pulled up a list of the world's largest.
I'm curious if that's in Wisconsin because of Circus World Museum and with the circus history in Wisconsin.
I just pulled it up the last minute, and it's the 10 world's largest roadside attractions. Mm-hmm. There is also the biggest basket. I wonder if the Easter Bunny carries that around.
You imagine the size of that Easter Bunny?
Right. How about the size of that basket? And then, of course, Who
Have
could
the
forget?
chocolate bunny inside of the bag?
Exactly. And of course, who could forget the world's largest frying pan?
Mm,
And I know a few,
how many eggs could you fry in that for breakfast?
probably enough to feed Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue
Yeah.
Ox. I would just hate to be the grandmother that wielded that thing if somebody broke into her home. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I do know a few grandmothers that do those kinds of things. What have you kind of give us a little bit of what you found, dear? I'm
Give
curious to
me
hear.
just a second because McGregor had a question, so I am
Oh,
trying to look it up for him.
What was that?
National Cuckoo Clock Day.
I hope that didn't. I hope him asking that wasn't stemmed from my two abstract holidays earlier in the week. I'm not going to repeat them here, but yes.
I'm not necessarily seeing a National Cuckoo Clock Day, but I'm seeing Celebrate Cuckoo Warning Day on the first day of summer.
Well, do they have an international cuckoo clock day?
I'm just putting Cuckoo a National Cuckoo Day. And I have Cuckoo Dancing Week begins January 11th.
And I have cuckoo chew. Sorry, bad joke, ladies and gentlemen.
And that celebrates the famous comedy duo act Laurel and Hardy and the Dance of the Cuckoos.
I have wondered about that. Sorry.
Okay, you want to know some of mine?
Yeah.
Going with some of your largest.
Yes.
Being that you brought those up.
Yes.
How about the world? It is the world's largest fiberglass sculpture and the world's largest muskie.
Really?
Really? It is a musky fish in Hayward, Wisconsin. It is part of the National Freshwater Fishing Hall of Fame. Let's see here. It is 143 feet long and 41 feet tall. You enter through the door at the tail, and as you walk through, you view over 3,000 entrants to the hall as you climb the stairs to the balcony at the mouth, which is perfect for pictures. This was financed by the sale of fish-shaped whiskey decanters courtesy of the Jim Beam Company.
Jim Beam and his Muskies. Okay.
Apparently. Now, some of these I got.
Hold on 1 second. I'm glad that I can bring somebody some mirth and merriment.
Yeah.
McGregor. I'm convinced that is my lot in life. That's why I was put here, was to make people laugh.
You said that some of these were to bring tourists and customers to various stores and merchants.
Yes.
Well, one of the strangest roadside attractions in the U.S. is Cadillac Ranch. Are you familiar with this?
I am familiar with Cadillac Ranch in as far as I've heard of it.
Okay.
And I go no further than that.
This is in Amarillo, Texas. It was started by Stanley Marsh. It has 10 different Cadillacs, starting from 1949 to 1963. It was intended to show the evolution of the Cadillac from those years. They make no attempt to stop visitors from painting the cars or removing parts.
That's crazy. That is
They
absolutely
even promote
nuts.
the defamation of the vehicles. I don't know if they supply the paint, the spray paint. but they have no promote the spray painting.
Does it give when this started again? Refresh my memory.
Well, I can tell you that this year is the 50th anniversary.
There can't be, after 50 years of people stripping, this car is just a frame, maybe.
Well, the video I showed, no. The video I saw of it, because I watched a video on YouTube about these.
10 cars.
Well, actually, about these roadside attractions, and they showed this was one of the strangest roadside attractions, and this was I believe this was number 10. These had bodies.
Really?
The tires were gone.
I would imagine.
And I believe some of the undercarriage, some of the parts were gone on the undercarriage, but maybe the bumpers were gone. But for the most part, the bodies were intact. They were just spray painted all sorts of weird colors. And they said in some cases, one layer of paint may not even be dry before the next person is spraying the next layer on.
That's crazy. So you end up with a third color by mixing those. Yeah, that's nuts.
That may be, yeah. Now here's one that did not have anything to do with trying to drive.
I want to ask McGregor real quick. He said he's seen that big fish that we were talking about, the musky.
Well, he's got a comment.
Yeah, I see it.
I mean, a comment.
He said he saw that big. He's seen.
So does that mean you've seen that fish in the McGregor?
Yeah. My question is, was he trying to catch it? And if so, what was the weight on the line he was using?
What was the test?
Yeah, what was the test? What pound test did you use for trying to catch that giant muskie? Good Lord. I'm just curious.
Well, he says he's been to Cadillac Ranch. Most had feet of paint thick.
That's crazy.
But you can attest with McGregor. They had parts of the vehicles gone, but the bodies were pretty much intact. I mean, they still had the doors, they still had the hood, they still had the trunk, and these are buried nose first into the ground.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, that just blows my mind. Absolutely, just blows my mind. We do have a actually not a roadside attraction. You have to go into the restaurant, but here in Norfolk, in the Hampton Roads area, they have the very first waffle cone maker.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
McGregor says he needs a bigger boat.
You need a bigger boat, buddy. We'll see.
Was it bigger than Jaws?
We will see what we can do to get that bigger boat for you, bud. Let us hit that 1,000 subs so we can monetize this channel. And
we can buy a few lottery tickets then.
Exactly. And we'll get you taken care of.
Well, one of these that I found had absolutely nothing to do with driving tourists and shoppers.
Right.
It was not a monetary thing.
Okay.
It is called Bishop Castle in Rye, Colorado. Jim Bishop. He bought some land in 1969 and he started building a stone cottage for his family.
Okay.
That was the goal, was just to build a stone cottage for his family. It continued to grow into an over 1,000 tons of stone a year.
Good God.
He has had to deal with the government based on his drawing the stones from San Isabel National Forest, leading to him being charged for every truckload of rock he pulled from the federal land.
Okay.
The Colorado Chamber of Commerce refused to list it as a local site for a number of years. Eventually, the government realized the economic value of having the castle in the middle of Colorado And now the castle actually has multiple towers. The tallest one being over 160 feet tall.
Good Lord. Could you imagine the number of stones you would need to?
It has spiral staircases. And let me tell you, some of these staircases are on the exterior.
Oh, yeah.
There's walkways on the exterior of the building.
I've seen houses that were done that way. Or castles.
It has arched windows with wonderful, spectacular views of the mountains surrounding it. Hi, Loki Bear. A grand ballroom and even its own fire-breathing dragon.
Really? That's crazy.
That's what AD's by. AD's here, huh? That's good. Somebody's joining us.
I've got, McGregor, there's 3 people. So I'm taking it. There's a couple of lurkers.
Well, if it's him and AD, then we get 1 lurker.
Yeah. Which is fine.
Yeah.
I don't mind a lurker.
Some of you may know this, some may not. The London Bridge, the original London Bridge, was actually sinking at the rate of 1 inch every 8 years due to the weight of automobiles in London. So they actually decided to sell it.
Evening, Steel and Tree.
Hi, Steel and Tree. So London actually decided to sell the London Bridge, the original London Bridge.
Yeah, didn't it end up over here somewhere?
Yeah. An American businessman named Rupert P. McCulloch, McCulloch, won the bidding war in 1968 at $2.4 million. Then spent an additional $7 million to transport the 10,276 individual bricks to Lake Havasu City, Arizona.
Lake Havasu, that's right. I remember that now.
He then had a man-made channel dredged and the bridge reassembled. It now spans 930 feet over the Bridgewater Channel.
That's crazy.
And is the most visited man-made site in Arizona.
And we didn't go?
I never made it to Lake Havasu, period, in all my time there. I did make it that far west in Arizona.
Right.
But the only time I made it that far west, I was going to California the one time.
You had me in Arizona. You could have
did I have a car?
You could have taken me to Lake Havasu.
Did I have a car?
Didn't you have a little white car that you had the accident with?
Not by the time you got there.
That's true. Anyway, London Bridge is falling down. No. Anyway,
okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you go. No, you go. No, you go.
Go ahead.
No, I don't have any more. No, I mean, I
don't have any more information.
I really don't. I told you, as some of y'all know, I was a little under the weather this week, and am still fighting a head cold apparently, or maybe allergies. I'm not sure which, and have chemo tomorrow. Yay! So I'm just, I did not get a chance to focus on this as much as I wanted to.
Well, I have a few more attractions that I did come across. The rest I found from the coolest offbeat attractions in each U.S. state, and these are from roadtripper.com.
Right.
Arkansas, there's a strange floating light. According to some local folklore, anyway, it's the supernatural lantern of a railroad worker who died prematurely.
Ooh.
And is looking for
his head.
Oh, well, I was going to say a part of his body that's above his shoulders.
His head.
So I didn't have a problem with YouTube.
Oh no, he was looking for his head.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
It's hard to be sure of the actual source of the light. It's called the Gundan light, and it was actually featured on an episode of Unsolved Mysteries.
Huh. And this is a roadside attraction?
Well, they actually listed it on Road Trippers as a roadside attraction.
Okay.
So they defined it as a roadside attraction.
I got you.
So another theory is the cause is something called piezoelectricity. For those who are interested, that's PIE as in pi, ZO electricity. And that is defined as a process in which things like crystals, such as the quartz known to exist in the area underground, in this area of Arkansas, convert mechanical, energy into electrical energy. That's the other theory.
Okay.
Idaho. I kind of want to go here, but you'll understand why in a minute.
I'm sure.
Dog Bark Park Inn. They have a couple of oversized beagles that you can stay in.
She loved, for those of you who don't know, she would trade me in for a good beagle. Just saying.
I'd be hard pressed not to trade Abby in for one.
Wow.
As much as I love Abby, because she's not a very social kitty, she and I haven't bonded.
Wow.
I wouldn't do it with Trent.
I told you she didn't love you, Abby. I told you.
No, y'all know I'm a Midwestern girl, so I had to go there.
I got a question. We're going back to the beagles a minute. You know how I feel about the damn dogs because they talk too much. They're too yappy. I don't like a yappy dog. So what would you do with me?
They're hunting dogs. They have to let you know that they've trapped their prey.
Do you see either one of us, our crippled behinds?
I know, but
trying to get out.
That's why they are. That's why
I don't care why they are. It's the fact that they are.
No, I'm not gonna. But if something were to happen, like what we've been talking about lately, with the way this world is looking, we might need one of those so that we can utilize them to hunt down a deer.
That's what the Rottweiler's for. That's what the Rottweiler's for.
Or rabbits.
I don't know who stole. Wait a minute. Who stole your what?
Golden arm.
I didn't steal your golden arm, but I know who stole the chicken. Just saying. And y'all will have to ask me about that offline at some point.
I know who stole the chicken.
So do I. I was there when it happened.
I was going to say FKG.
I saw it. I saw when it happened. That's right. The coyote stole it. No, it was the minks.
Yeah, the mink.
That's right. It was a single mink. That's right. It was a mink that stole it.
Okay, again, going back to the fact that I am a Midwestern girl and a Hawkeye at heart.
Angry chicken! Unite!
In Iowa, they have something called Matchstick marbles. Lord. A model maker named Pat Acton has made unique works, all made out of the humble matchstick, such as models of the U.S. Capitol building, Notre Dame Cathedral, a mini USS Constitution,
nice,
and even an impressive rendition of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
The matchbooks or matchsticks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now this one I just thought was kind of cute. In Lucedale, Mississippi.
Lucedale, Mississippi.
Lucedale, L-U-C as in Charlie, E-D as in David, A-L-E. E. Loosedale, Mississippi.
How much? It was funnier way
On the street.
Loose tail on the street. Exactly. Never mind. Not gonna go there.
On one of the streets, they have a post.
Mm-hmm.
At the top of the post, it is labeled Bailey's Scratching Post.
Okay. Who's
For
Bailey?
anyone, I don't know who Bailey is, but anyone who has an itchy bag is more than welcome to come up and use it to scratch their back.
That's disgusting to think about.
Well, they don't encourage you to do it without a shirt on.
Okay.
So, but anyone whose back itches, you are free to come up and
use
that to
scratch your back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I have family here, I went with Missouri. The only thing Missouri came up with on Road Trippers list was in Branson, they have a Titanic museum. If that's the most interesting thing in Missouri, that's a sad state of events. Yeah. Butte, Montana. Dumas Brothel was open for nearly a century. It now is a one-of-a-kind museum, but it has a second life as something else as well. It's a hub for paranormal activity.
I wondered about the Dumas. Yeah.
They host, well, you and I have discussed some of these.
I think the twins have actually been to Dumas.
It wouldn't surprise me.
And I think so is Colin and
It wouldn't surprise me. They host ghost hunts for small groups here. One spirit is said to haunt the place is called the Judge. Another, according to a psychic, is called Bonita.
Girl?
Bonita and the Judge.
Isn't that Bonita? Isn't that Spanish for girl?
No, it's beautiful.
Okay, that's what it is.
Or pretty.
Okay.
Pretty girl or pretty.
Chica Bonita is a pretty girl.
Yes.
Yeah. So
but even by virtue of it being bonita, that's pretty in the feminine form. Yeah, so you don't even need chica. Grandpa had a nail in the door jamb for that. For the scratch.
Yeah, I got it.
That probably worked better because Lord knows I've tried scratching my back on a corner of the wall and it just hasn't done what needs to be done.
There's a nail in the wall.
Being where we live, I went with Virginia.
What up, so?
And in Richmond, you and I have discussed this one a little bit for various reasons.
Is this the Hollywood Cemetery?
This is the Hollywood Cemetery.
I've been to the Hollywood.
And I want to go. Buried there are U.S. Commanders-in-Chief James Madison and John Tyler, Jefferson Davis, the first and only president of the Confederacy.
Yep.
And so is an alleged vampire, William Wortham Poole.
Yep, William Poole.
His tomb is widely discussed as a possible member of the undead that walks among us, according to local legends. Now, we had the Musky in Wisconsin.
Yes.
I actually have two more in Wisconsin. Wisconsin at the Hall of Fame and at the National, it has the National Bobblehead Hall of Fame and Museum.
Yes, we have to go to the National Bobblehead Hall of Fame.
You're willing to go to Wisconsin?
Is it in Green Bay? Is it in Madison?
It's not in Madison, but it is in a suburb of Madison, if I remember.
Then we're not going. I refuse to go to. Nope, that's not happening. Nope. Nope. For those of you who want to know, ask me after the.
Yes, Blaine, he was singing again. God help us all.
Remember you said that when I tell you no when we reach our 1,000 subs.
Oh no, you made that promise.
But you now, but you.
I'm just saying that because Blaine.
Well, at the rate we're going, that might be sometime next year.
Just in time for the wedding, so everybody can witness you doing it on stage at the wedding.
Well, if they time it right, they do it the day before the wedding, and then I do it on stage at the wedding.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah. So tell your friends and neighbors to subscribe to the Mutts American Mosaic so you can hear me sing our song at our wedding next year.
The other one I found in Wisconsin, which was actually, if I remember right, closer to where I lived.
Wait, you only found 2 in Virginia?
No, I only found the one that showed up. The one that I read in Virginia they only listed 1 per state.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But I think it was only 1 per state. But I found another one in Wisconsin as well, and that was in Middleton, Wisconsin. AD, you might.
I don't see my AD in chat.
I don't know. I know McGregor said she was in here. Or saw her.
But again, I think I forgot to put it on live chat.
Oh no, not again.
Yes, I didn't believe I forgot to put it on live chat. That was a little.
Well, if she is in here, she might get some appreciation out of this. National Mustard Museum in Middleton, Wisconsin. They have over 550 types of mustard. They also have a mustard ring toss, documentation from the world's longest mustard paths. They have a mustard vending machine. They have mustard piece theater.
Mustard piece theater.
And they have a tasting bar.
That's funny.
One of the best hidden and weird roadside attractions in the Midwest came from Hammond, Indiana.
Excuse us for just 1 second, folks. I'm going to turn on the live chat. Give me just 1 second so that I can fix our little situation here. And I'm going to have to go into the chat itself. I'm over on the StreamYard side, so give me a second, folks, and I'll be with y'all. Oh, no. Why is it not letting me do this? This is not kosher.
I don't know.
I don't either.
You generally handle that. You haven't taught me how.
I know. It was, again, my fault, and I admit it. I make mistakes. I'm human. I know that's hard to believe. The Mutt makes mistakes every once in a while.
I love him to pieces. I love him to death, but I can attest to the fact that he is not perfect. He is a human.
Oh, God. Shh. Don't tell them. What are you doing? Oh, my God. I can't believe she did that.
I've witnessed him stubbing his toe.
Yes. Well, okay. Well, that's how you've done it. Yeah. Yeah, over a box she left on the floor. Love me.
McGregor says we should honeymoon in North Carolina. He'd love to meet us one day. Hook us up with some medicinal shine.
Hey, you know what, McGregor? If we didn't already have plans to go to Williamsburg, I might just go for that. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I can't seem to get it taken care of here. So we're just not going to bother with it because I don't want to lose the chat that does exist. I will make a point of making sure to hit the live chat next week. That was on me, folks. I do apologize.
Well, to tell you the truth, I've only got 2 more anyway.
Okay.
So this is going to end up being a short show.
It's okay because I'm still feeling a little under the weather. So anyway, go ahead.
So it'll be a short show, and then we need suggestions for next week's show badly, folks. So
yeah, this last week has been a little hectic for the Mutts, to be honest.
One of the best hidden and weird roadside attractions in the Midwest is in Hammond, Indiana. And if anybody, children of the 80s, here we go. if you remember the movie A Christmas Story, if you think
You'll
closely,
shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out.
it was supposed to take place in
In
Hammond, Indiana.
Yeah.
So, at a welcome center at the Hammond Visitors Center, they actually had a statue of Flick with his tongue
on the light
sticking out
on the flagpole.
onto a flagpole.
Oh, that's hilarious!
And there are plaques scattered around that have audio from the movie.
That is hilarious.
Well,
I'm not even gonna lie. That's hilarious. I know I've said it 3 times now, but that's probably my favorite scene in that entire show.
But isn't he French playing? Roberto Caruso, the great pirate Caruso.
Yeah, he's French.
We generally stick to American history, so I'm not sure how well that would work for us.
Yeah, we tend to, real pirate, and I'm directly related. Italian, okay. I knew he wasn't an American pirate, but Blaine says he's Italian. I mean, we can, if we want to revisit pirates, we can pick a couple that have been known to frequent the Chesapeake Bay and the Outer Banks. And one in particular.
You may have to help me find
Mr. Thatch. Mr. Thatch, one of the world's most famous pirates, aka Blackbeard.
Yes.
But yeah,
I'd like to find some sort of female in there.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
What am I?
I know you're a female, but there were only 4. There were really only 4 really famous ones, and most of them weren't even American.
Okay.
Enrico
Caruso, the first famous tenor singer, is in the same family tree.
Okay, how did he get in the tree? Did he climb, or was there a ladder? Well, he would still have to climb. I wonder if he flew and just landed in the tree.
He could have parachuted down.
I suppose zip line down. But if Blaine's in the family tree, we know it's got a cuckoo. Yeah, trust me.
If he flew and landed in the tree, yeah.
Well, I'm saying if Blaine is in that family tree, it's got a cuckoo in it.
Well, the last one I have, and again, AD, this one's kind of for you, is in Washington State. The Ginkgo Gem Shop Dinosaurs in Vantage, Washington.
Northern Mexico. Yes, we're going to end the show in Northern Mexico.
The Ginkgo Gem Shop stands just outside the entrance to Ginkgo Petrified Forest State Park.
Question: is this related to Ginkgo biloba? And no, I'm not being facetious.
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
They sell a lot of petrified wood.
I didn't know if that had something to do with.
But they have what makes them a unique roadside attraction.
Yeah.
Is they have colorful dinosaurs posed outside.
Oh, nice.
They don't sell dinosaur fossils, because the dinosaur fossils are almost non-existent in Washington State. The owner of the place, Bill Rose, says maybe if you dig down 15,000 feet, you might find some. He put the dinosaurs in 2009 purely as something to stop people not to advertise the contents of the shop. He bought them from the defunct International Petrified Forest in Arizona. He let left the biggest one, a velociraptor, as it was. We remember it hissing at a bigger dinosaur. Bill, however, said the two smaller dinos, a brontosaurus and a pterodactyl, repainted in gaudy colors, or he had them repainted in gaudy colors. I didn't want them accurate. I wanted something that was going to show up. They may still be accurate since no one knows the true colors of the dinosaurs.
Were they puce and magenta?
This particular one is very desert colored. It's tan.
So it's been laying out in the sun.
It says I got it as bright as I could get it. They're funnier that way. He says, but they stop out there in the roadway, take a picture, and then drive off. Oh, well, you got to try.
Yeah, I mean, but at least they're going to remember that area.
I mean, I would call that one pretty much sand colored, would you not?
Yeah, that's pretty close to sand colored. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. That's almost the color
Here's
of one
the
of
pterodactyl.
That's almost, well, the pterodactyl, no, but the other one is almost the color of one of our cats. One of the kittens.
One of the kittens.
Yeah.
One of the twins.
Yep, one of the twins.
And ginkgo is Ginkgo.
Ginkgo. Ginkgo biloba. It's kind of a fun word to say. I'm just saying.
So it's free admission, at least to go to, so you can go look at the dinosaurs for free, and then you can of course go into the shop for free, and then whatever you want to buy, you got to pay for that.
Well, that makes sense,
right?
I mean, that's how the man's going to make his money,
right?
That's kind of like the Chrysler Museum that we went to. The museum, to get into it was free. We walked around, and then we went into the gift shop, and they wanted, your firstborn child for a coffee mug. That looked exactly like a camera lens, which I would have bought if I'd have had the money, but I didn't have the money, and I wasn't gonna. No. What is this? So much. Hope you feel better soon. Thanks, y'all. To give Abby cat some love. We would if she would quit.
If she would come out and spend time with us, we would be glad to give her love. But she hides under Alex's bed constantly. Even more so, I think, now that she's pregnant.
Yeah, she's definitely.
The closer she gets to the due date, the more so. She
was a rescue. She'd been a wild. She'd been a feral. She'd been a feral to begin with, and I think that's a lot of it. God knows we have tried to love on her, but she's just not having it. But we now got, we're going to have, more than likely, we're going to end up with Billy Beans and Abby and Trinity. Yeah.
Which Trinity has not had a single problem with us loving on the babies and petting the babies and picking up the babies. If she hears them cry, she does come and check to say what's going on.
Yeah.
But she doesn't try to take them from us. No. She just watches.
Yeah, which is fine. You know. And we don't hold her for very long.
No.
Any of them, actually, for very long.
Long enough to give pets or take a picture.
Yeah. And yes, McGregor, there are more pictures coming. I know how you love my photography of the obscure stuff. You should actually go check out the community post. I got lost in the woods today, quote unquote.
Wow! And not right.
And there she goes. I got quote unquote lost in the woods today, and I posted some pictures from it. So if you want to go check that out, it is in the community page. Well, folks,
do we want to try the pirates next week?
We can. I know how you. And I was just teasing. I know how you are. All about the women, but there weren't many women
there
pirates.
weren't many. If I end up doing a man, I end up doing a man or two.
But they have
You
to
would
be
be jealous.
American. They have to be American pirates.
I know that may be a thing.
Although I think one of the first American pirates was a female. She came here from Ireland.
Blaine, the babies are doing fine. Mama does hop in and out of the box several times a day, feeding them and checking on them and taking care of them. We check on them. I know I check on them and pet them and make sure they're all moving and everything multiple times a day.
They are definitely looked after, Blaine. You can trust and believe that. And then they are too young to get their shots yet. They're only a week old.
Yeah, they were born a week ago. Tomorrow.
Yeah, a week ago tomorrow. So they're too young.
In fact, in about 3 hours, little over 3 hours, was when the first one was born.
Which was the larger of the twins.
Yeah.
But once they're old enough, we're going to make sure they get their shots and get their, we're probably going to end up clipping. I don't know.
We think Billy Beans is a girl. We think the other 3 are boys.
Yeah.
It is hard to tell when they're this young.
It is hard to tell. I'm part of me kind of hopes that Billy Beans is not a girl, but part of me then says, if it is a girl, we don't run the risk of her spraying. So the males tend to spray.
Yes, especially when there's another male in the house.
Yeah. So hopefully. But then again, this all depends on what Abby has. Because if Abby has a tortie or a dilute tortie, I'm going to be hard pressed. Because that's really what I wanted. But anyway, y'all take care of yourselves. Thank you for those who joined us.
Oh yeah, I agree, Blaine. But we're keeping an eye on everybody.
Yeah, we were all set to bottle feed if we needed to, but these guys tend to latch right on, so they're not lacking in sustenance. And
she's definitely making sure to feed, and we make sure that they've got food and water in the kitchen. We had to put food and water in her box, but she was coming out of her box to go eat in the kitchen where she normally eats. So,
and I think that just gives her time to stretch. And,
yeah.
I mean, she can be in the kitchen. We've got them in the foyer, and there's the dining room and the living room between them. And if one of the kittens cries,
she's right back.
She's right back there. So, of course, so are one of us, to make sure everything's okay.
Even Daddy will go and look in.
Yeah, Loki will even go check on him.
He won't hop in the box.
No.
But he will
I think he knows
peer over the edge of the box like, all right, what's going on?
I think he knows better.
I think so too.
I think he knows that she'll kick his ass if...
Uh-huh. He was a very responsible daddy during the labor.
Yep.
He watched over Mama while she was giving birth and kept an eye on her and the babies during that whole process. And even afterward, posted himself next to on a couple of boxes next to Mama's box.
Yep.
And kept a watch.
Yep. I've caught him doing that here recently in the morning.
Oh yeah, he's still doing it.
Yeah, he still does it. So yeah, that's not a. These are probably the most looked after kittens on the planet right now. Excuse me, right now. What's going on in cats less than dogs for certain? I've seen a mother dog kill her puppies because she couldn't stand the mental.
That's just
I have
so
heard of that happening. This is not one of those cases, and if it were, if we caught her, I mean, getting to that point, we would definitely separate them and
Oh, you mean
probably.
Trent?
Yeah, I said Abby, I meant Trent.
We do with as reclusive as Abby is.
Yeah.
We're concerned that she's going to have the babies in a place where we can't get to her and the babies. And I'm concerned that if we were to try to get to the babies, she may get combative.
Well, she only gonna get combative briefly. I guarantee it. And I would put myself between you and her, and she can come after me while you're. If she neglects,
if she's in too bad of a place, I'm not going to be able to get to her and the babies.
If she has them under Alex's bed, I guarantee you will move the bed to get to them. I'm not. Yeah, that's not. Yeah. Anyway, that's a story for another time. Blaine, just as a heads up for you, because I know you used to join us, we are discussing having a random late night with the Mutts.
Jinx, you want me a Coke?
Pinch poke, you owe me a Coke. Yeah, I know. So we just, and there's no telling what the topic will be. I may get goofy and go, okay, the topic tonight is boxers or briefs. Who knows? But Pepsi or Coke?
Mountain Dew.
Diet Dew for you, young lady.
Hey, I've got my monster to try. Mean Bean.
Yeah, I got you, buddy. We've had both. My parents raised Dobermans for a while, and so in fact, my first playmate was about a 80-pound barrel-chested Dobie named Diablo. But you put your hands on me back then when I was like 5, 6, maybe 7. You were gonna fight with the dog first. So yeah, I get it. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining us. I am starting to fade. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna hop off of here. We will be doing American Pirates one more time. American Pirates.
Well, that hasn't been a topic you have not done with me.
What, American topic?
Yes.
American Pirates?
American Pirates. So.
Yeah, we will do American Pirates. A lot of them came over and became pirates once they got here.
Mm-hmm.
So we found. And I think the 3 females that I know of were all here at certain points, but came from elsewhere and ended up in the Pirates Republic, which, yep. Have a good night, Blaine. And
thank you all for joining us.
Yep, we appreciate you all. I'm sorry, I am starting to fade. Normally we would have an after show chat. I'm just not up to it tonight, so forgive me for that. And we will see you all, hopefully, knock on wood, next Wednesday. Hopefully I'm up for it. By the way, it's only after tomorrow. There'll only be 2 more treatments left. And then I'll get a prolonged break before the next surgery. And then we're good.
Yeah, tomorrow too late.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yep. Sub and hit that. There you go. I love this one. Thank you, Blaine.
And don't forget to pick up after yourself out there, you lurkers.
Okay, up there in the lurker loft, I'm going to need y'all to listen. Y'all are getting a little carried away. I got family that's getting upset. Y'all need to pick up your trash. No leaving,
Sweep up your popcorn.
Sweep up your popcorn. Throw away your soda cans in the appropriate containers, aluminum in this one, glass in that one,
Trash in that one,
and trash in the third. Okay. And the last person in the room when you leave, turn out the light and make sure the door is locked, please. We try to help y'all out, give y'all a cool place to hang out while we're doing the show. We just ask that y'all keep it clean, keep it tidy, and we'll all have a great time together. See you all next week. Take care of yourselves and each other. We do love you very much. And we are out.